I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Set. 19. Max 50. Max 50. Check three.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown.
Melvin Gordon, 74 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. We thought that may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Blue 60.
Yeah, let's get set.
On first down, Stafford here. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Throwing on second down. Stafford, he finds his running back, Mixon. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Out of the gun, Stafford. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Here we go.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Hey, we got 3 down.
From the 44, Stafford. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Stafford going to come up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Flushed out right. He'll let this go in. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at the 20. After the interception, here's Watson. Complete. It's Johnson.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is taken at the 23. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford for Keenan Allen. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
6-6, pull it high.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 56 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Bullock good on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Gordon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw is Watson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum, and they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Play action. Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Stafford. Open man is Uzomah. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. On first down, it's Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Austin Hooper, 72 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Now they run with Mixon. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Mixon. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Call that a very strong gain of 24. On 1st and 10, Watson steps away to his left. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. His throw incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Check 43. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. He finds his target, Fuller. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the red zone now, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 10-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go, fellas.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Stafford. Open man, it's Allen. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Alert 3, 59!
Out of the gun, Stafford. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Forced out to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Corey Littleton. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Another try after the first down sack. Stafford got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
All day, every day, any day.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Carl Nassib gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
You can't block me. You can't block me. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Big 20. Alert!
Here's Stafford. Dumps it off to Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And the Texans scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Going deep for Hopkins. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Running with Howard. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. He's going to take off with it. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
You got to snap it. You got to snap it. Let's go, baby.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Austin Hooper. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Stafford. Caught by Allen. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
A throw down the field, caught by his running back. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Back now in Cincinnati. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Third and long, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. He finds Hopkins complete. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Eli Apple. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Yeah, pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up. Off of play action, here's Stafford. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Mixon with a first down carry. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
You got three. Alert! Check four. Double right. Hey, Haywood.
Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, and even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A toss play, Gordon. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And a catch made by Hopkins. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now the throw hauled in by Green. A big play there for the Bengals. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a return will stop right around the 25. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, check 24, check 24. 53, ready. Switch.
Stafford. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Stafford now to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now Gordon on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run with Howard. And a solid run down inside the 30. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you.